Good morning, class. Welcome to St. Peter's School. So this is our science class, and in previous class we discussed about the what is the acceleration, what is acceleration, the rate of change of velocity is known as the acceleration. Okay, so hope you all have done your assignment given on Tuesday, and so today we are going to start with the new topics. So take out your books and take out page number 6. Okay, so on that day we discuss very some points related to what is acceleration, how we can calculate by the rate of change of velocity. We can also calculate acceleration. So two examples are given in your book in reference of that point. So first of all, on page number 6 and the last graph, you will see that velocity time graph for the uniform velocity. Okay, so what is the motion in which the body is moving? It is moving in a uniform velocity. Okay, so let's discuss about that point. First of all, when the body is moving with a uniform velocity. I have given you one a related example related to the example given in your book. You can see just the example in the video is the same as the example given in your book. So let's discuss the example. The change in the velocity of a body with time can be represented on the velocity time graph. Okay, as we all know that how to draw the graph. That we will first draw one vertical line and one horizontal line. Horizontal line will be known as the x-axis, okay, and the vertical line will be known as the y-axis. Y-axis will be considered at the rate of change of velocity or the distance covered by the body, okay, and that this horizontal line will be always considered as the rate of change of time. Okay, so we will see an example here. What happens in this example? First example is if a body moves with uniform velocity. Okay, so the graph will be straight line parallel to the x-axis. This is because the velocity does not change with the time. Okay, so we have earlier also discussed what happens in the case of uniform velocity. What happens in the case of uniform velocity? Nothing. There is no changing in the speed, no changing in the velocity when we are discussing the uniform speed, that the body is moving in a uniform motion, the body is moving in a uniform speed. At that time at that time also we have seen that the body moves parallelly to the this x-axis. What does it mean? It means there is no changes in velocity. You can see that that 20 is the constant, 20 kilometer per hour is the constant velocity of that body by which the body is moving continuously at the every interval of time. After 5 hour also the velocity of the body is same 20 kilometer per hour. At the 10 seconds also the body is moving at the same that is 20 kilometer per hour. So every time interval the body is moving in a same velocity. So then in this case, if we have to calculate the distance, okay, or you can say displacement. In the case of velocity, we will usually terms we will usually use the term displacement in place of distance, but the you can say it is almost same. So first of all, what is the formula for velocity? We all know that the total displacement by time is known as the velocity. So S here shows the displacement, or you can see distance. Okay, so what is velocity is equal to displacement by time. So we can also say that the displacement or the distance is equal to v into time. It means the t goes this side and it goes in a multiplication form. So v into t displacement is equal to velocity into time. Now we all know that the velocity is constant for us. So we will take velocity as a 20 kilometer per hour. There is no initial velocity, there is no final velocity, there is no changing in velocity. So velocity, what is the velocity? Velocity is the constant, that is 20 kilometer per hour. AC or BD. In the picture you can say AC or BD. In the both case, the velocity is 20 kilometer per hour only. At the 5 seconds also, at the time of T1, we are considering here two times. Okay, we are for suppose we are finding the distance between 5 to 15. What is the distance between what is the distance covered by the body between 5 seconds to 15 seconds. So at the 5 second, the time is t1. We are considering it's as a t1. T1 is 5, t2 is 15. Okay, and the velocity is same, 20 kilometer per hour, 20 kilometer per hour. Okay, now what is the different is only the time. So what we will see, what is the difference between the time at the 15 and at the 5. So we will, what we will do, t2 minus t1. So we will get the exact time, for how much time we have to calculate the distance. Okay, so that then when we will get the exact timing, when we will minus the t2 minus t1, we will get the exact timing for which we have to calculate the displacement. So AC, V is equal to 20 kilometer per hour equal to AC or BD. Okay, T is equal to T2 minus T1, that is DC. Okay, T2 minus T1 will be DC. So when we will go to the formula V into T, what is V? V is AC, or you can also take BD. Okay, AC into T2 minus T1, or you can say AC into CD, AC into CD, AC into CD. And we know that what is the value for t2 minus t1, 15 minus 5, that will be 10. And what will be the value for this? 20. It means 20 into 10, when we will multiply this, we will get the exact displacement. The same formula is given in your book also. First example is that a train is moving with a uniform velocity of 16 kilometer per hour for the 5 hour. The velocity time graph for this uniform motion is shown in figure 1.7. So look into your book, the same example is given here, and the first question, the displacement is asked between the 2 and the 4. So here also we have taken two time interval, that is 4 and 2. So what how we will find the time, exact timing for which we have to calculate the distance is t2 minus t1, that is 4 minus 2. Okay, and though the velocity is constant for this also, 16 kilometer per hour, so what will be the displacement? Displacement is equal to 60 into 2. Okay. Now second case is there a relation between the distance covered by a train between 2 and 4 hour and the area of particular quadrangle in the graph? What is the acceleration of the train? So, what is the acceleration of the train? There, if there is a no changing in a velocity, it means there is no acceleration, right? Acceleration will be zero, because what is the acceleration? Acceleration is nothing, is the rate of change of velocity. But as we are seeing in the picture that there is no change in velocity, it means the acceleration doesn't occur. It means the acceleration for the body is zero. Okay. Now, come to the next page number 7, that is velocity time graph for uniform acceleration. So there is two condition we are considering here, that the body is moving with a uniform velocity, but the second case is the velocity time graph for the uniform acceleration. So let's have another example. Look, when the body is moving with a uniform acceleration. In this case, what will happen? The velocity time graph for the motion of the car is shown in the figure. Okay, the same example I have given you in the video also, whatever given in your book, you can see here also. What happened? The velocity time graph for the motion of the car is shown in figure. The nature of the graph shows that the velocity changes by equal amount in equal interval of time. Okay, what is happening? There is a change of velocity. Why we are saying like this, that the body is moving with a uniform acceleration, because where the term we are using is uniform. So might be the question arises in your mind, when we are using the term uniform, then how the acceleration occurs. So in this question, what they are showing, that the body is changing the velocity, but it's changing in a uniform way. Okay, so that's why we can calculate in this case acceleration. So the nature of the graph shows that velocity changes by the equal amounts in equal interval of time. Thus, for all uniformly accelerated motion, the velocity time graph is in a straight line. We must have seen, when we are calculating the body, when body is moving in a that we have seen the example for this when we get the accelerated line, when the body is moving with a uniform velocity, we get always an inclined line. So in the same way, in the same way, when the body is moving with a uniform velocity, we will always get a straight inclined line. The area under the velocity time graph gives the distance. Okay, the area under the velocity time graph, as we in the previous example also, when we are calculating the distance or the displacement, what we are calculating that area. Yes, the area under the velocity time graph gives the distance, magnitude, or displacement moved by the car in a given interval of time. If the car would have been moving with a uniform velocity, the distance traveled by it would be represented by the area ABCD under the graph. Since the magnitude of the velocity of the car is changing due to acceleration, the distance traveled by the car will be given by the area ABCDE under the velocity time graph. So look at the picture first, and then you will be clear more. Okay, or you can see the picture on in given on your book also. Okay, so you can see there here one table, the body, how the body is moving. For the reference, the table is given. The time interval is 0, 5, 10, 15. So what is the difference? It's a 5 difference. Okay, velocity is changing, but it's changing in a uniform way. For example, 0, 8, 16, 24. So what we are saying, there is a difference of 8, 8, 8, 8. Okay, so what's this saying? Okay, so come on page number 6. When you will see the question number 2, what is question number 2? Is there a relation between the distance covered by the train between 2 and 4 and the area of the particular quadrangle? So yes. So when we find the distance, that is nothing is similar to that the area of that quadrilateral. When you will see, go back, this is the area of quadrangle. Okay, this is the area of quadrangle. So when we find out this, we are what we are what finding, we are finding this area. Okay, it is the similar. In the same way, when we find out like a whole area of this, what we will get the displacement only. Okay, it's nothing, it's a displacement, you can say, or the area is showing, you can say when we calculate this area, it's we can find the displacement. Or you can say, then when we are finding the displacement, it is nothing, it is the area of this particular portion, and this is particular portion. Okay, so now, why the same thing? It's the example is reference to this only. Like when we have to calculate, for example, look here in the video that there is a difference of 5, 5, 5, 5 in the time period. Okay, in the velocity there is a 10, 10, 10, 10 difference. You can see. So in this case, when we have to find a displacement, for example, we have to find a displacement. How we will find the area of a, B, C, D, E? As I have just now I told you, displacement is nothing, is to find this particular area. Okay, and we are at what time interval we are finding? We are finding the time interval between 10 and 20. So we have two velocity here. Okay, two velocity here we have. So, how we will find? First of all, we will find the area of A, B, C, and D, and plus A, D, E. Okay. So when we are able to find this area, and when we are able to find this area, and then we will add both the area, and we will get the displacement. Okay, the area of ADE plus area of ABCD will be is nothing, is the total displacement occurs between the 10 and 20 with the different velocity. Or you can say that V2 minus V1, or you can say initial and final velocity, we were taking that U and V, right? We will discuss it later on. Don't worry. We will find out for the equation. So let's then move to the book. The velocity changes by equal amount in equal time interval. Thus, this is uniform acceleration in accelerated motion. How much does the velocity changes every 5 minutes? So how we have seen that every 5 minutes it's changing the velocity 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, right? Okay, for all uniformly accelerated motion, the velocity time graph is a straight line. Always remember then that whenever there is a uniform change in velocity, we will get for the acceleration like a line like this, always a straight line inclined way. Okay, when the body is moving with a uniform speed or uniform velocity. Okay. Thus, okay, so third point is for non-uniformly accelerated motion, the velocity time graph may have any shape depending on how the acceleration changes with time. So, as we are seeing in this example, we are getting as like you can say we are getting here a particular image, yes, particular structure. So, in the third point is trying to say that every time we can get a particular structure whenever we find the difference like particular time interval we will find out the displacement, we will get this type of this type of structure. For example, suppose we are finding between 5 to 20, so how it so structure will be make like this, right? We will get the structure like this. For example, we're finding between 15 and 25, so structure will be like this, right? So every time we will get a new structure. From the graph in figure 1.8, we can determine the distance covered by the car between 10th and 20th second, as we did in the case of train in the previous example. Yes, we discussed everything in the previous example. The difference in the same way we will find the same thing here also, as we have a clear formula. You can see here what is AB into BC, AB into BC. It's is to find out the area of this rectangle. Okay, AB into BC. Oh, sorry, yes, L into B. Okay, length into breadth. And how to find out the area of this triangle? Half into base into height. That is AD into DE. Okay, and then when we will add, we will get the total displacement by the body between 10 and 20. So same here, like from the graph, look at the book. From the graph, the average velocity of the car will be, okay. So what we are doing, we are first of all we are calculating here what is the average velocity between 10 and 20. So it's a 20 and it's 40. And look at the example given in your book, it's 16 and it's 32. So what will be the average velocity? Average velocity will be 16 plus 32 by 2. We know how to find out average. Multiplying this by the time interval. What is the time interval? It's in your book it's 5, 10, 15. It's the time of interval of 5. But how we find the exact timing, we have already seen in the previous example, for which we have to find out the displacement is T2 minus T1. So T2 minus T1 here will be in your book is 20 minus 10 will be 10. Okay, so then we have now average velocity and we have now time. So we can find out now displacement. Displacement is equal to 24 into 10, that is 240 meter. That is our displacement. Check when you will check with this formula, you will get the exact answer like 240 meter. Yes, when you will go through this formula, from your book you find calculate through this formula, you will get the exact answer as same as the 240 meter. You can do it in your notebook in at your home. Okay. In next class, we will discuss about the equation of the motion using graphical method. So till the time, what you will do, you just find out the match your answer. Is the 240 meter is equal to AB into BC plus half into AD into DE, because you have every measurement AD. You can calculate what is the distance between AD and 10 and 20. It's 10, right? 10, and you have a it's 20. You can either you can take an example of your book or either take an example from video. You will get the exact answer when you will go calculate through this formula, or you can calculate the by the taking out the average velocity into time interval. Okay, so so till the time, keep revising. Take care and bye bye.